I ain't even gonna say nothing, bro. Hold on, I got more. Hold on. Okay. Now, what was that, right? All 20s, by the way. What was that? Basically woke up this morning, and I was like, all right, bet. We're going to be studying about Okinawa, Japan. If you guys don't know what Okinawa is, it is one of the prefectures in Japan, and you guys obviously know I have to find a prefecture, so it was between Tokyo, Okinawa, and there was like one more, and I heard Okinawa was like the friendliest of all of them. It's the closest to kind of like Tokyo. It's just not super city-like, and it's cheaper too, so I was like, you know what, and apparently all the best thrift spots are in Okinawa, so I was like, all right, it's pretty close to Japan. I mean, not Japan, but it's Tokyo. It's in a good area. It's pretty city, kind of country, you know what I mean? Let's look for houses and stuff like that. So as I'm doing that, I'm also thinking on the side, I'm like, all right, let's look at the reviews on my Instagram. So I look at the reviews on my Instagram about the cologne that I said I wanted to buy, and people basically said, yeah, get the cologne. If you guys don't know what the cologne is, it's the something evil, pure evil or something. I don't remember what the name of it is. But basically it's a cologne that's supposed to smell like gunmetal, blood, like concrete, burnt ashes, burnt roses. Like, it's supposed to smell grungy as hell. And I was like, you know what, bro? Yo, chat, let me know if I should do a review on this. And people say yes. So I was like, fuck it. I think it's inexcusable evil. That's the name of it. Yeah. So I was like, you know what? Scratch it. Let's do it. So that's what I was doing. And while I was doing that, I was looking for like an Xbox or something like that, because I was like, you know what, bro? I got 300. I'm gonna just get the Xbox and end up flipping it anyways. So I start searching. There's people that were listed up there for like 200s and something, which is out of my budget. So I say, you know what, bro? Let me just start sending offers to people. I send offers to like 8 different people. It's about 10 a.m. at this time. I had to drop off my sister at like 6 a.m. So I was up early as hell today. Send offers. Somebody responds. Somebody responds saying, hey, I'll do 150. I said, 150? Let's do it. I said, when can you meet? He said, I can meet anytime. What's best for you? I said, let's meet right now. He said, all right, let's do it. I said, can you meet at this spot? He's like, cool with you? He said, yeah. I said, all right, let's do it. He swings by. I buy it real quick. Do cash app. Yeah, cash app. Pay with my credit card. So I'm down 154. I go ahead. Second I come home, clean the Xbox. It already looked like it was in good condition. Went ahead and took some pictures of it from front, back, side, up, down, left, right. All the, it just didn't look pretty, right? Went ahead and plugged it into my monitor and saw that it worked and that was fine. I listed the item on eBay and Facebook immediately. Listed it for $250. Probably should have listed it for $300, but listed it for $250. As I start downloading games after I get logged in, it's been like 20 minutes. I get my first message on Marketplace saying, hey, is it still available? I say, yeah. He says, okay, cool. When can you meet? I said, I can meet now. He said, okay, bet. What's the address? I'll be there within so minutes. I said, all right, bet. Let me know when you're 10 minutes away. I'm thinking, this is the same guy. What I usually do so I don't get the same person texting me is if I buy something from you sometimes and I'm about to flip it immediately, I'll block you, so I block the buyer. It's not because I'm scamming them or nothing, but I do that just so they don't have to see that I'm flipping the item. I feel like that's like messed up for them to see that I bought it for 150, sell it for 250. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I don't want people messaging me who I bought the console from originally. So he hits me up saying, hey, I'll be there in 10 minutes. I said, all right, bet. I go ahead and delete all the games I just downloaded 20 seconds ago, and I didn't even get to play anything. But hey, money is money, bro. So he actually ended up showing up. I sat at my local meetup spot, and he pulled up. I gave it to him. He looked at it, gave me cash straight up, and was like, here you go. Quickest flip besides like my Yeezy slide flip that I did like last year, where it was literally, no, this might be the quickest flip because it was within minutes. The Yeezy slide, I think, was within 1 hour. So yeah. But I was like, there's no way this is actually real. Like, that was so quick. Like, that was the fastest I've ever sold a console specifically as well. But that was the fastest sale I ever made. 20 minutes. Had to be about 20, 30 minutes. By the time I walked home and listed the item, that was like 5 minutes. Listed everything and had everything started up. That was another 10 minutes. I'd say, obviously, without travel included, it was about 20 minutes of a sale. Quick as hell. So yeah, that's where I got that money from. So basically, I just flipped my money instantaneously. So you know what I'm going to do now? The reason, first of all, that I wanted to buy a console is because I've been telling you guys for the longest, you have to know your demographic, know what season is up, and know all this stuff, right? I want to buy a PS5 and flip one of those because I know they'll flip super quick, but they hold their value so badly that nobody wants those hoes. I mean, they hold value from the market standpoint. Like, you buy one for $350, you can sell it for $350, but that's the problem. You can buy one for $350, but somebody's been using it for the past 6 years. Like, you see what I mean? So with an Xbox, usually 9 out of 10 times I get one in like pristine condition for cheap as hell, like half the price of a PlayStation. They work better, they sell quicker, and I have sold a PlayStation before, and I did not get as much as I wanted to out of it. I still did get like 20 to 50 bucks profit, which is nothing, but you can see with the Xboxes, there's way more of a margin to be made if you're willing to do some digging between it. So, yeah, that put me up $100 today. That money will immediately be going towards A, food for today so I can eat and not starve to death. B, it will be going towards my other credit card. So, yippee. I'm going to probably do the minimum payment. Or actually, I already paid some of my credit card off today to get it at a flat 100 utilization because it was overdrawn by 25%. So we knocked that down by like 75 bucks. I think what I'm going to do is put this money in my bank account and immediately move it to my Amex account and pay that off maybe. Or I could pay my phone bill off. It's really up in the air, you know. And I am still waiting on my damn backpack. I don't know where that is, but it has not pulled up yet, and it's kind of screwing me over. But I really don't want to order this guy's backpack and have him waiting for 2 weeks, compared to if I were to just straight up, wait till it gets here, and it'll be there within like 5 days. So, and I wouldn't have to spend money. So that's another thing. But when it comes to the credit stuff, right, here's what the plan is, right? I want to get my credit score back to like a 700. If I'm able to do that, there's a very high chance I can apply for a credit card called the Navy Federal Platinum Card. Now, if you guys don't know what that is, it is a high-limit transfer card. Now, if you don't know what a transfer card is, Navy Federal is the only one that I think can do something like that. But if you make a transfer, let's say like on my Amex card, I owe $3,000, right? If I take that platinum card and I put the Amex balance over on the platinum card, it is now a 0 APR. It's like 1 or 0. I think within the first year it's like 0.9, so it might be 1 APA, which is still crazy good compared to Amex where it's like 20, 30 if you hold a balance or something crazy like that. So yeah, if I can go ahead and get that done, that'd be straight. Like I said, the only main concern I have is my new line of credit. My newest line of credit has me at a 2-month, which is reporting as fair on my Equifax. And like I said, my high utilization. But other than that, I have no outstanding hard inquiries. I was able to get those wiped. I have no derogatory marks, and I'm chilling. Really, I should be chilling, you would think. So I'm sitting at like a 639 right now on my credit score, which is pretty average. I think 650 is the average. So 639 is pretty average, and that's just one of my credit bureaus. With the other ones, I'm sitting at like 669 and 670. Because when Navy Federal sent me back the credit line increase message, it was saying that my credit score that they drew from was 670, which I believe is my TransUnion. So TransUnion is looking like what they pull for the credit limits, and I'm assuming that's what they pull for as well when it comes to the what's the word, bro? New credit cards. So like I said, the main goal right now is to knock that down, because if I can get that platinum card, genuinely that'll help out a lot with the weird like stuff I owe, right? There's only like 2 main big things that I currently owe, which aren't really that big and aren't really a problem. But if I can transfer them onto this card, depending on what what's it called is, oh my god, I'm blanking. Depending on what the balance is in my credit limit. If I have a credit limit of like 8 grand, I'm straight. If I have anything over 3K, I'm literally Gucci. And the reason for me getting the cash rewards card, which was my first Navy Federal card, was just because I wanted to be able to build enough to get the platinum. And I've kept my balance within good range. I mean, obviously I used high utilization for a decent bit, but I don't think it's ever reported on my credit to be higher than 50%, because I usually keep it below that by the end of the statement balance. So that's all that matters. And obviously it's been pretty low recently. So I'm waiting until like September 20th for like the green light to go ahead and apply. Hopefully my credit utilization will be super low and I'll be able to go ahead and let that increase, because I guarantee you the second my credit utilization goes below like 50%, 30%, my credit score is going to like shoot up 40 points or something crazy like that. I think it's like a 15% increase. So what's 15% of, is that how that works? That's some weird math, I'm not gonna lie. But it should increase by 15% or so. Computer, what's 15% of 670? It should be like 680. No, I wouldn't go to no damn 770. There's no way. But yeah. Oh yeah, 15% of that. I was thinking about the last digits. I don't think it'd go up no 100%, but it would probably increase by about 30. I have somebody saying that they'll do 200 on the Xbox, because I'm still texting people. If I can still move my money, I would love to. As you guys know, I don't like keeping money in hand because I will spend that mug. And I'm currently in the process of doing some stuff on the side that I've been spending some time on, but I can't talk about it right now. But it is very important and has to tie in with the credit stuff. So if I can kind of figure all this stuff out, that would be swell. Another thing I was thinking of is if I build my credit score to a certain amount, let's say I fail to get the credit card itself, I could open a personal loan. Do I want one? Not really. I'd rather the credit card because it's lower payments, and that's another thing. Let's say I transfer a balance of 20,000 over to my platinum card. I would be able to pay that off in minimum payments every quarter instead of having to do like 7,000, and pay everything at one time, you know what I mean? So lower APR, I could be able to pay everything off within a decent amount of time and take my time with it as well. And yeah, it'll help build my credit. Will my utilization go up? Yes. But I mean, it doesn't really matter all too much to me. As long as I'm able to get all my like debt in one spot, then that makes it great. Because the problem with me is I'll forget that I owe something to somebody on the side and it'll cause a problem. So yeah, like I said, with this money, I'm hoping that I can still make some money moves with it and I can keep it kind of flowing. I don't like keeping my money in one spot. I feel like if it's not doing anything, then it's kind of just existing, and I don't like that. So as for now, I've used 150 of my 300 balance that I have left on my credit cards, putting me probably at like what, a 50% utilization? No, lower than, yeah, about 50% utilization. So I'm sitting at about a 50% utilization on my credit card right now, which is solid. Obviously I could pay that off whenever, but as of right now, I basically have a free $100 to work around with and see what I can maneuver with a little bit. Like I said, I could pay off my phone bill. Is it a priority? No, it's not. So I will not be touching that until like whenever my damn data goes out. But what else is there? That's another bill that I have to pay. Personal loan payment that's coming up soon. I'm not really worried about that as well because I do have the blood donations that's covering that, so that's good. Basically, money is starting to come in steadily and it's starting to look a little better. As long as I can keep using my money to flip and make more money, I should not have a problem so far. The only time that I have a problem within the month is paying rent. And you're probably thinking, bro, don't you set aside money for that? I do. But the problem is every month I have bill, or I could say bills, just not rent. So I'll have like $1,000, right? I'll be chilling with money. And then all of a sudden I get hit with like 8 different bills and that $1,000 is now like 200. What just happened? You see what I mean? And last month was a perfect example of that. I had what, like 1.2K and I paid, I paid about 800 of that off to bills and random things. Like what? Not including rent? Like what what are we talking about? And then the money was late to get to me. That's another problem. With that 600, if I had got that immediately, I guarantee I could have made like 800 with that, or even more if I had bought a vehicle like I had planned originally, but it didn't happen that way. And my fear for this month is going to be the same thing, that I'm going to get this money and I'm going to get hit with a bunch of bills and it's going to cause a problem. But that's what the blood donation stuff is for. I don't like doing it. I really don't. It takes energy. I don't like needles and it's kind of time consuming, but it's only an hour. So I'm like, and I make okay money from it. Like, I'm kind of thinking of it as like a 9 to 5. I'm spending an hour to make 50 plus bucks, 50 minimum actually. That's a W. I'm not gonna lie, I don't have a problem with that. And matter of fact, it seems like the pay is kind of like fluctuating. And obviously, if I apply to other donation clinics, there's a chance I can get the sign-on bonuses for there too. So I can kind of finesse the system just a bit temporarily to get my bread up. But as it stands, we're really trying to work on keeping things consistent. And like I said, I'm kind of fine-tuning everything right now. It went from I'm like really building on stuff and I'm banging it with a hammer to now it's to the point where I'm like, okay, everything's where I want it to be. I'm kind of tweaking and adding some stuff every once in a while, removing some things as I go. And hopefully it's going to get to the point where I'm just lubing up the machine and letting it run itself. But as of the current moment, there's still moves that have to be made to set me up financially in a proper way. We are making moves. We are moving moving step by step. And these little wins, where I buy a console and I sell it and I make money off of it, these small wins, they add up over time. And yeah, and the next small win or the medium-sized win that I wanted to take was the Yeezy slides. I might as well just go ahead and tell you guys. What was the Yeezy slides, which was the product I was talking about reselling. And I was thinking about it and I was like, all right, bro. So Yeezy slides, Yeezy slide keychains, I should say. Am I winking right? Am I doing it right? Yeah, Yeezy slide keychain. I'm gonna just call it Yeezy slides. You know, it just sounds easier to say. But the Yeezy slides in GTA. If I buy 14 of them, I could sell them for 3x the profit. Yada yada yada. That was the original idea. But I thought about it and I was like, yo, the package could get seized. Problems could be happening with customs. It's a little too expensive. Yada yada yada. And that's what kind of made me go the console route. But now it looks like I can kind of do both with the money that I just made. The 100 in profit by itself could buy me another console. So what I'm probably gonna do is place an order for about. I think I'm gonna do like 4 at a time instead of going like super big. 4 at a time, I should be looking at like $100 for 4 of them, and then sell them all for triple. So that's 300. 300, I get my money back. Take 15 days. I need a faster supplier. I'm not waiting 2 weeks. That's dumb ludicrous. Like, if I could get a supplier that came within like a week, that'd be sick. And something I was thinking about as well while being in Okinawa or Osaka, I meant. What the fuck? Was okay. Something I was thinking about was if I can go ahead and find like a Chinese supplier or something, which should be relatively close. It's all Asian. And obviously not having the the tariffs being applied, it'll be cheaper, faster, and better quality. So realistically, I could probably do it outside in Japan, and they don't have any rules against that, to be fair, because it's authentic. The reps are authentic. The alleged reps are authentic. I still don't know why people haven't wrapped their head around some of the reps are just defective pairs, and other reps are just the authentic thing. But anyway, whatever. If I go ahead and were to ship from China to Japan, that would probably take about a week or less. So I'm like, okay, if I were to go to Japan and do this and do that, how would I make money? If I were to sell enough, I would probably rent a like a garage or something, or like a shack or something, or a shed or something to just keep the storage and inventory in there in pristine condition. I would want a warehouse. To be fair, I would live in a warehouse. I've been saying that for the longest. If I had like a car collection, I'd live in a warehouse. 1 bedroom, 1 bath, big ass warehouse that holds 50 cars. I'd do that. But yeah, man, that's what I've basically been thinking about. Pretty much nothing crazy. And like I said, we need to make this money move a little bit. If we cannot get this money to move by today, I'm going to go ahead and just put it in the bank. Go ahead and move that. To start paying off those credit cards. But if I could move it, which it's seeming like I can, then we're gonna probably have another console, let that sit, and maneuver that V. You know what I mean? I'm not going over the price of 150 though. If I can, I'll even negotiate down to 100. And I know it's gonna be quite difficult to get that moved, but hey, like I said, it seems like school is just now starting. 2K26 just came out. A few other new games are coming out. People are gonna want consoles right now. Winter is coming up. Like, this is the perfect time to start selling consoles. Winter time. During the summer, everybody's outside. Everybody's doing sun stuff. We are worried about making bread. So, like I said, I think this is the best opportunity that I have to get into the console space, and soon get into the car business if I want to keep doing that. Something I realized is I won't be able to register the cars for a minute, and that's just because if you guys don't know game real quick, and this is legal game, you don't have to technically register the cars unless you're driving the vehicles. I mean, yeah, you could argue saying, well, if you don't register it, how do they know it's in your name? Just put your name on the title, or don't, but put your name on the title. I'm not condoning that you don't put your name on the title, but put your name on the title. You have possession of the car. Keep the possession of the car, the keys, the title, the insurance, whatever the hell you got to keep, right? And just do not drive that vehicle. Do not drive that car. And you don't have to register it. And that can keep you off of paying taxes for the vehicle, you know, until it's registered at least. So, yeah. And I did actually just see a car in my area that's being sold for like 800, which looked decent, but the miles were like 283,000, which is insane, by the way. I'm not going with that. But it's showing that cars are still popping up. And it's around wintertime where people are starting to try to get them cars sold. And people are looking to buy cars because it's the new semester. And they're trying to go ahead and get to classes. And they might not have a car and stuff like that. So we are in the market for cars. We buy your car now. So if I can find me a nice little Nissan, Toyota, Honda, something like that, we're full sending it, bro. I'm not gonna lie. But as of right now, we need to build capital. I don't have enough. I think, what did I say? I have like 300. No, I have about 150 in available income for my credit card, plus this 300 right here, or 250 right here. So that puts me at 400, right? Yeah, that puts me at 400 flat. That's not enough to buy a car. 800, yeah, 600, but like, you see what I mean. But the thing is with cars, it's kind of like consoles where if you sell it, you can flip it for probably double. But in car terms, if you buy it like a pretty good deal, you can buy it for 800, sell it for like 2-3 racks. And you're like really up on your money and then stuff like that. And keep that money cash and just keep flipping it and spend it on the same thing. Not to show me how that main thing. All right, I can go ahead and move this down a little bit. But yeah, basically that's everything we gotta go for today. It does look like soon I have to drive my mom to an appointment, so we will be doing that soon. But what we need to be focused on later when I come back is looking at some more information on Japan, studying up. I do need to start practicing Japanese, low key, but I've been putting it off because obviously it's a grueling task. It's not easy, but it'll have to do. And other than that, tomorrow what do I have planned? I don't know. I'm just winging it at this point. We do need to go ahead and donate blood again, and that'll put us at our 4th donation, and then we have one more after that, and we're on our 5th, and then we could pretty much chill and get to a next clinic if possible. Something I also need to do tomorrow is go to the DMV. Last time I went, they were packed, and I didn't get to go. But this is my paperwork right here that I need, and we need to go ahead and check that out. See if I can go ahead and get my ID figured out, and hopefully we'll be solid. But yeah, that's everything. Not a quick video, not a long video, just right. So I don't really have a problem with it. But what I'll probably end up doing, because I gotta go drop that off. Actually, I'm gonna keep this money in hand. I'm gonna keep it in hand. I'm not gonna put it in the bank yet. I'm trying to limit the amount of transactions that I have, so that I don't get reported to the people. Weird ass niggas. But yeah, I love you guys, and I'll check you guys in the next video that I make, which will be tomorrow. Hopefully the backpack is able to come in today or tomorrow. If not, I'm kind of in a very bad spot because I told my buyer that it was going to be Tuesday at the latest, and it's pushing over Tuesday. So I have to keep lying to this man until I get my item. And it seems like the item is, it looked like it was close when I tracked it, but I don't know. Maybe it's not here, but it should be here this week. I don't know why it hasn't been yet. But yeah, whatever. I guess it's whatever. But yeah, I love you guys, and I will check you guys later.